Okay, do you see me live?
No. I don't have any new notifications. Off camper channel. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Is it popping up?
Yes.
Okay. So weird. But I don't see anybody popping in. Are you on there? Can you hear me?
No, you didn't start it.
Yeah, I did.
Uh-uh.
Oh, there we go. You just said hi, Mom.
It says waiting.
What's it waiting for?
May 30th, 2024 at 10:49 a.m.
No, that's not the one. What are you talking about? It says I'm live. There. Oh, there's Gail. Okay, it's working.
It's delayed. It's like delayed by
Y'all,
like a little bit.
it's delayed. It's really messed up. Hi, Tammy. I don't know what happened. So, yeah, weird. I'm here. Hello. I was actually outside moving pea gravel, and there was a honeybee swarm going on. Hi, Grace. How are you? Oh, thank you, Dakota. My son is the 52 something or another. Anyways, yeah, there's a bee swarm going on, and then Jan calls me and I'm like, what's going on? And then she's like, yeah, I'm doing good. No, Grandma, I thought of a good healthy snack. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so hopefully everybody will figure it out that I started a new one. Anywho, so today we're going to talk about maps and like making a map in your home, like evacuation plan. So I don't think you guys can see this very well. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So whenever I did childcare or foster care, we always had to have an evacuation plan drawn up and placed in a spot where everybody in the house could see it. Okay. So I think it's a great idea. Hi, Shift Kicker. Thank you for coming in. My live situation was all, it's fun. Anywho, so I did a dry erase board for a visual. Okay, so what you have is you're going to draw your house. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to place where the exit doors are, wherever they may be, and whatever the rooms are, right? Kitchen, whatever it is, bath. Just write down, okay, that's sloppy. It's hard writing sideways. But you're going to write all that down. You're going to draw it out so that everybody can see what the floor plan in your home looks like. Wherever you live, it could be if you lived in a motorhome, a small house, wherever you live. If it's a tent, same thing. You're going to, draw whatever you live in, and you're going to draw it. So then what you're going to do is you're going to find a location from your house, and you're going to want to have a meeting place, 1, A, B, or C. 3 choices of a plan, because there can be natural disasters, things that happen, as we all have seen, or maybe been through earthquakes, flooding, all kinds of things can happen, right? So whatever your home is that you live in, whatever type that may be, you want to do some sort of evacuation plan. If you're living in, say, a tent, you could also use like duct tape or something like that and duct tape it on the inside of your tent or something like that, so you have it visible for whomever is staying there. Or if somebody say a family member or a friend come to check you out and see, um, yeah, that's a good question. We'll get to that soon, Nico. Okay. So we want to draw a map of the situation of what you live in so that you have it on a piece of paper and everybody knows where everything is. Okay. And so, what you're going to do for your meeting places is you're going to find a nearby tree or something that's not too far away from the home that you can all meet at. So, maybe it's a tree. So, that would be your first meeting place. Okay, so if everybody goes to the tree and there's some people that, let's just say that the tree fell down and you can't go to the tree. Well, then you don't just stand there. That's why you have a plan B. Maybe down the road or down a path or something, there's a pond in the corner. Oh, yeah, you can see the pond. There's a pond or something. You just find three different resources. So if your people, or even if it's just you by yourself, so that you already have in your head, because when something happened, your mind is going to be all over the place, right? So you're going to want to go and say, the tree's down. And then you're frantically freaking out. You don't know what to do next. But if you have some sort of a plan that you've practiced, you've written down, no, you don't have to bring your sheet of plans with you. But if you practice it and you know it, it's in here. So plan B, the tree's down, go to the pond. You know what I mean? You have to have a couple of options of places to go. Okay? And so it's a good thing to do if you're single, if you have a family, or if you have people that may come to check on you and they go to your place that you're living at and they don't know where you're at. Well, then maybe they might know that you have this evacuation plan and you have your meeting places here. So they would know, okay, they're not in their place that they live in. The tree's down. Oh no, where are they? Oh yeah, that's right. They said plan, meeting place B would be the pond. So they know the areas that you could possibly be. So that's an important thing. And so I was on a live with another channel, Nancy at our treasured home. They were talking about, well, I'm not going to be able to hurry up and get out because of disabilities, or maybe somebody's pregnant or elderly, or maybe you have toddlers, or there's all kinds of situations where maybe it would be more difficult for you to get to your meeting places. Okay. So that's where you're going to want to. And I thought about, a lot of people have, I don't know if you've ever heard of a go bag. It's basically like a backpack or a duffel bag that you set by your door or in your vehicle that has supplies in it to take to your meeting place if and when you need to go there. So I suggested maybe having your, like, a kit. It doesn't have to be, this big. It doesn't have to have what I have in it. But if you had that by, let's say, where each door is in each room or window, whatever you want to choose, you have that box or tote right here, and you keep it in the same place all the time in the different areas that have the same basic supplies. Each one has the same things in it. So maybe there was an earthquake and your lamp fell on your leg and it's hard for you to walk to the front door, but you happen to be in your bedroom. You know what I mean? And maybe you can get to that little box that you have some things stored in right there. Okay. And so now we're going to talk about what kind of things do we want to store in that tote. And also thinking about making those little containers like a fluorescent green, an orange, a red, something bright, and always having them in the same exact spots so that if a disaster happens, you have them. And then like someone mentioned before, well, what if your place gets ruined and your stuff gets ruined? Okay, well, you can have in the ground a metal, can you guys see that? No. In the ground, you can bury a metal can and put some stuff in there. You can put your tote or your bag or whatever in this can away from the home, buried in the ground. So that's an option. And maybe just have them in different places where they're safe from animals and pests and things like that. So having a few of them in different locations is a good idea. So yes, good ideas. What are you going to put into your kit? Also on your evacuation plan, I would write down different phone numbers, whether or not the phone um, works or not. It's a good idea to have them down in case somebody needs to reach someone. I mean, like I said, if you're in a frantic, mindset of trying to get everything organized and get where you need to get, your mind might not remember the number to your sister or your whatever, right? Okay, so let's go through options. Now remember, these are just options. You have to do it according to your situation, what you can afford, and how many people you have in, living with you. Okay, let's see. So first off, now these are just ideas. This isn't permanent. So you can get a basic medical kit at your store. You will want to open it. This is just an extra one I have set aside. But you're going to want to look through and see all the things that they have in, open it up. You will probably want to add some things to it. You can also make your own. You can get a plastic little container and go to the Dollar Tree store or something. Hi, Nancy. Welcome in. And you can put your own stuff in here that you think that you may need for you and or the others that are with you. Let's see. Nico said you could also have clusters of tin cans like for beans, but stored quick, heat up meals in them. Yep, you can do that. You can do dehydrated, freeze-dried stuff in things too. Another idea might be having like some kind of a rope where you might have to make a temporary shelter or dry some clothes for a little while on a line, or a number of things. Rope's a good idea. Having a pair of scissors might be a good idea. Now I'm just giving you guys ideas. I wish I could catch the live season. Any catch container would be submersible and anchored down. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Having crackers in your tote or bag, peanut butter for some protein. You also want to go through it and check them and recycle them and replace them as they get older. You don't want them to get too old. So, pulling your stuff out and replacing it with something newer, and using that stuff. Having water for each person or some sort of a water filtering type thing in your bag or tote. I have some cranberry juice. You don't have to, just ideas. Some instant potatoes where you could, if you had something to warm this up, or if you had a little fire starter kit. I just got this. This is a new one. I haven't even opened it, but a little fire starter kit. You can get them from a lot of different places, or you can make them. I think Bushcraft has some great ideas on his channel, Bushcraft Family, on how to make different types of fire starters. You can use pill bottles and things like that to store like matches and like lint or things that you could make a little fire. So you could heat up some water to make your potatoes. That's an idea. In my channel description, there's a link to the fire starter I use. Okay, yeah. So go to the No One Knows by Void. I can't say it. That channel. Go there. You can also at the Dollar Tree store, or it's $1.25 now. Wherever the better deal is, you can get some tuna packets. That's a good thing. And then you've got your crackers to give you some protein that you'll need. There's a lot of different ideas and things like that, but definitely I would say water and a little bit of food to get you through until you figure out what's happening and what's going on, until you can get some help or get some better resources. Also in your kit, like we talked about having like a basic medical kit. Different people have different medical needs for their family. Sometimes if you have children, you might want more different types of Band-Aids and things like that. I'm just going to show you ideas, okay? So you could have a some sort of a blanket in there, put it in so I have a giant Ziploc that I tossed a bunch of stuff in. It's an extra surplus stuff, cotton balls. What else? Some gauze wrap. You'll want to have plenty of gauze wrap because you never know. I have these in case you get sick thingies. I don't know. I mean, if you're outside, you can keep it outside. But some Neosporin, some tape to wrap the gauze onto an injury because if you're going to get cut or something, you want to make sure that you pay attention to any sores that you have. Having a pair of socks, dry socks for everybody is very important. Just different sizes of gauze pads, alcohol prep pads. You want to keep injuries clean and feet dry. That's really important. Just stocking up on different sizes of gauze and Band-Aids, because if you have an injury, you're going to be changing that quite often to keep it from getting infected, right? Also, like having, this is Velcroed, and somebody wrapped it backwards, but that can help if you break something. Also, maybe knowing how to splint or wrap a broken piece until you can get extra help is a good idea. Having a whistle that you can put around your neck in each of your totes or bags that you have so that you can, if you can't move around very well, wool socks are very good. So having the whistle, you can blow your whistle so people can hear where you're at is a very good idea. Or if there's a predator like an animal or something coming near you, sometimes that whistle and or a fire, if it's safe to make a fire, will help to keep them away. That's an idea. Make sure you have your Neosporin. Maybe having some foot fungus type of stuff for your feet because you got to keep your feet in good condition. Put your things in Ziploc bags so it'll help keep them dry inside your tote or your bag because you don't want to get your stuff out of your bag or whatever and everything's all wet. So keeping everything as dry as you can is a good idea. And then, like I said earlier, having in each room or area of the place that you're living in, like maybe if you were staying in a tent for the summer or however long, you have maybe an entrance in the back in the front. Having your bag or something, one on each side of it might be an idea. Let's see, sometimes smelling like a bear or an elk keeps dangerous animals away. Yeah, you could do that. Um, there's all kinds of things that you can put in there. It's nice that we're talking about this and giving like some different ideas. Definitely make sure you have water. You want to have some kind of wipes, either toilet paper or soft napkins or wet wipes to clean yourself when you need to use the bathroom. You can also have some rags, batteries. Here's some little scissors. Have a couple pairs of scissors. If you bring canned goods, make sure you have a couple can openers. Rechargeable batteries, if you have rechargeable solar batteries. Cotton balls. You don't have to have this many. You can break it up into smaller amounts. Again, some more different kinds of tapes and things like that to wrap gauze on an injury or something. This is kind of some bigger stuff. You can get smaller quantities of, rubbing alcohol. If you use this or not, it's up to you. Having Q-tips. Q-tips is a good thing. I've got more alcohol pads, thermal blankets, water. What are those called? Somebody help me. Those looks like tin foil, kind of like blanket thingy. Yep, a good thick knife for carving. Like you can use that to dig your fire pit and things like that. Hi, TXZ, welcome in. I have some more like IV lines and things like that. But different size bandages. Again, this is just ideas. Floss. You can use floss for more than just your teeth. I have some peppermint essential oil, clove essential oil if somebody gets a toothache. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can put in there. A recharging Crake AM FM radio so you know what's going on. That's an awesome thing if you can get one. I mean, if you, these things take, like, you're not going to get everything all at once. Paracord. You don't necessarily get all the stuff all at once, a little at a time, a couple bucks every time you go to the store. Just like when you're going to the store, you're going to grab a couple extra food items anyways to store into your pantry. Just grab a couple things of Band-Aids or something, you know what I mean? So that's good to have, and it's good to have the other people in your living situation also know about this. They need to know that you have a medical box or tote or something and where they're at. That's why it's important to keep them in the same location at all times so that just say it's a normal day and you're out gardening and you cut your leg and you tell your niece or nephew or your grandkid or husband or wife or whatever, hey, can you go grab me the medical kit real quick? And they're like, oh yeah, I know where that's at. Make it easy. But having this MAP evacuation plan posted somewhere near your exit doors is a very good idea to have. And kind of basically went through, the basics of stuff. Does anybody have any other ideas? Oh, I took some stuff out. I had a flashlight in there. You want a flashlight, a rechargeable flashlight, whatever. You want to go through your stuff every once in a while, replace batteries or make sure foods or waters aren't expensive. A solar charger too. Maybe having some paper in like a waterproof thing that you can write with, a couple of things to write down in case you need to leave notes somewhere. A sewing kit, that's important. Cotton and thread, a curved needle in case you need to do something Again, I'm not a medical professional. We're just talking about stuff. I suggest a checklist of survival items you would need and just grab one or two every time. Yes, absolutely. And on my community tab actually on my channel somewhere, I'll have to see if I can repost it again. I have actually put those lists on there. So you can use those if you'd like to, or make your own. And just, yeah, that's a very good recommendation. Write a list, like I need some paracord, I need some band-aids, I need some neosporin, I need some aspirin, whatever it is, make your list. And yep, have your some documentations and some cash. Yeah, your documents like maybe a copy of your birth certificate, social security card, and make sure that they're in a waterproof um, container like shrink wrap or Ziploc or something like that. Cash. Yep, you want to have a little bit of cash. Hopefully, you'll be able to use your cash. Some change, some smaller bills. Don't bring big bills like $100 bills and things like that, because at that time when machines and things are down, it'll be harder for those businesses to break bigger bills down. Just an idea. Separate box info for pet meds. Yes, don't forget about your pets. Having maybe some containers of pets and things like that. So, yeah, get some books for some. Yeah, there's some thinner type books. Actually, let's open this little kit up. There might be um, a little thing in here, and let's see if there is or not. Like I said, I don't open this because this is just an extra. Let's see. Ooh, this has Bengay. Oh, it does. A little step-by-step first aid guide. It has assessing the situation, amputation. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that, but you never know. Bleeding, breathing problems, broken bone, burns and scalds, chemical burns, choking, airway obstruction, cold exposure, frostbite, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, penetrating objects, poisoning, shock, splinters, sprains, stings, sunburn, unconsciousness, wound care, and infection prevention. So, this little book that comes in these little kits, and I think most of them have them, are on here. You can also buy. We also have digital copies of all of our IDs and pictures on flash drives in case of a fire in our bags so that we don't lose either. Yeah, and another thing on your evacuation map home plan that you're going to have, and it's not going to be this large. You can just do it on regular piece of paper. You might want to list on here who is living in that house or um, whatever living situation. You want to list all the people and the ages they are, because in case they need to go looking for someone, they know, they don't not look for them because they didn't know they were there. Maybe some gloves, rubber gloves, maybe some work gloves. Let's see. Yeah, a tube of arthritis rub in your purse. Yeah. Also, you got to remember, like if you have medications that you need to take, having some of those set aside in each of your totes and bags. If you have multiples, that's also good. Maybe some aspirin or some Tylenol or whatever it is that you might take. That's a good idea. Benadryl. This is a good thing to have in here. This is actually kind of a good little kit. Benadryl, stop itching cream, because you might get bit by something or another, right? Some kind of a bug or something. Maybe having a few candles or something that you can put in your kit. Again, like having extra matches, some lighters, maybe, some fire starters and stuff like that. All kinds of ideas. Like, what you can afford and what you can do, you know. I'm just throwing ideas out. Yeah, it's a pretty nice kit. It's got like all kinds of different bandages and gauze, lots of band-aids, some towelettes. You can buy these at I think restaurant supply stores, these little towelettes. So you can have some of these in your kit, in your purse, and whatever, bag at all times, because you don't want to touch your food or a wound with nasty hands, because again, you don't want infection, right? It's an idea. Yeah, it's a nice little kit. Getting pounded by hail right now. Oh, wow, that's kind of neat, Gail. I mean, okay, sorry. I hope it's not bad on your garden. I didn't mean for it to be mean. um Anyways, yeah, so there's so many things that you can do, and it's a good time to get it done. I mean, not just because, it's what is it, tornado, hurricane, whatever season in some areas. Um Something can happen. We all know that our weather has been changing and being different. Now I can't close the thing. I'll get it. Anyways, but yeah, weather is changing. You never know. You never know if a fire is going to happen or anything like that, right? Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't do too much damage. I don't know. Do they get big giant Gail? Are you guys getting like big giant hail, or I've seen like some videos and stuff where some people get like hail that are like ginormous. We get like pea gravel size hail sometimes. In the South, hail a lot of times comes with a tornado. Yeah, see, so that's some things that you might, maybe putting some rain ponchos, folded up real small. Yeah, yeah, it depends what area you're in that you have to prepare for. I mean, some areas you might want some galoshes or some hip waders. No, maybe a kayak. I don't know. No hail here for this year, Southeast Florida. Okay. My dad is, mm, I think it's called Northwest Florida. Gail needs a cover for the vehicles. Oh, yeah. That'd be a good idea. Sometimes there is gorilla hail as big as baseballs and grapefruit. That's great. Is that in Missouri or you've just heard of it? That's crazy. Yeah, so when I first got my property, I had this big little Tykes play structure, like a big one, like four grown men would have a hard time lifting how big that play structure was. Anyways, a small little tornado came through, whipped that play structure into pieces, and took it across my pasture, like all the way over to the other side. And it bounced across the road and tore apart somebody's little garden shed. And that was really rare. Hi, Jamie. Welcome in. Ah, hi, Nana. Welcome in. Sometimes when I'm reading something and then it bounces, I miss something. Yeah, some foldable ponchos and mylar blankets. Yes, that's what it was. A lot of times, the Dollar Tree store might, but I know that at Walmart they've got those foldable ponchos and mylar blankets for really pretty inexpensive. It might be cheaper than the dollar store. Um, I've seen them there. Sometimes we make kits up in Ziploc bags with some water and crackers and tuna and one of those blankets and some other things in there to hand out to less unfortunate people. If we run across them, we have something available. I mean, I have wool blankets in the back of my trunk too, because there's been times where we've gone by like a car accident that's just happened. There was a gal one time, her husband got her out of the car, but she was going into shock, so I gave him a blanket and you know, I don't know. You never know. So, always being prepared, make sure that you can cook food and stay warm. Um, is there anything else that you guys think that would be something important to remember or think about having in a go bag or tote? Um, Again, we talked about having a tote at for people who, I mean, even if you didn't have disabilities or age was a concern or anything like that. Maybe you were just fine, but maybe to you, a good idea of having a tote or a bag in the same location of each room of the place you live in might make you feel better. I mean, it's not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, medicines, that's a really good thing. See if you can try to put medicines in wherever you're going to be storing those. And we talked about having um, some storage in different areas that are outside the place that you're living in. Um, Fresnel lenses in my fire kit. Yeah, yeah. You can make your own fire kits as well. You always have one on a boat, so we tend to keep an extra in the truck. Yep, keep them in your if you have vehicles, boats. Just make everything accessible and readily available and in the same location. And every once in a while, you do want to go through them and update them. Maybe you learned something new or something better than what you had in there before and you want to replace it. Things that might expire. Make sure that you're checking the dates on all the things and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I just kind of wanted to go over doing that. I know a lot of people have done, things like this, but I don't know. You never know to share stuff like out like this again as a reminder, maybe, or to help somebody who hasn't thought about it. So, oh no, that's okay, Jamie. I was having issues. Anyways, um, yeah, maybe having I don't know, fruit leather, jerky, all kinds of things. Again, you're gonna wanna make sure that, your foods don't expire. Flashlights, yes. Having a couple of flashlights, MRA meals, mhm. Powdered milk, that's a good idea. Powdered milk, instant potatoes, powdered eggs, so you can at least have some eggs because when you're doing dehydrated or freeze dried foods, they pack smaller, so you can fit a whole lot of more meals in a smaller. Because again, you don't want to take, like a meat like your body size worth of a tote that you can't even lift, right? You need something that you can easily carry with you, or on a backpack or both, candles. And I think definitely, and I need to get some, I had some, what did I do with them? I don't know. Um, Whistles that go on your neck. So that way you can let somebody know where you're at, right? Some water flavor packets would be good. Yeah, you can get some water flavor packets. You can store those in like little medicine containers too, or Ziplocs. Yeah. So, yeah, it's good to think about what you might need in your area for your situation of who you are and how many people you have. And just do it, get it done. It doesn't take too long. And every time, like someone mentioned before, having your grocery list of the things that you're going to eat, like say you go grocery shopping once a week and you get whatever to feed yourself for the week, add a couple of extras to put back in your pantry, and then also maybe a couple of extra, maybe you want to grab some band-aids or some gauze or some Tylenol or something like that, right? Yeah. Yes, you need to do that. Dehydrated apples, slice them. Oh gosh, it's so good to eat them. Pears are delicious. Cucumbers can be dehydrated. Those are yummy. Cucumbers and zucchini. Yeah. Yep. I need to get some whistles because I think I should hang some whistles in my barn and different in my back garden as well. Because I can be out there for hours and hours and nobody will come looking for me because they think I'm just out there gardening. So hmm, sometimes my phone doesn't always work when I'm outside. So yeah. So, um, if you haven't already, get your bags or your kits or whatever together, start working on it, start making a plan. If you already have that, go through it. Share this idea out with some friends, some neighbors, some family, whatever, right? I know I want to go kayaking. I haven't been kayaking for a while. That sounds fun. So that's all I've got for you. I just wanted to go over with everybody and talk about some different ideas on things that we could put together. Yep, plan meeting places. We talked about having um, like plan A, B, and C of a meeting place. You guys see that? So like if your original spot was a tree, but the tree blew down and somebody's coming to look for you at the tree, but the tree ain't there, they know that they can go to meeting place B, which could be whatever your area looks like. I haven't tried dehydrated pears, but I love pears. Yes, they taste delicious. And pear uh fruit leather, it's really good. So, no, that's okay. I mean, repeating is good because there might be other people who didn't hear it, and sometimes repeating things helps put it in our mind so that we don't forget. Yeah. Yep, there's so many great things, and we just need to make sure we get these things done. And if you have a channel and you haven't done it, let's see a video. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm going to leave you guys with this information and hopefully it worked out for you and you learned something new. Um, yes, have an amazing day and I will see you next week. I'm probably not going to do some educational things again. I'll probably do something a little bit more fun next time so that we don't get bored or tired of listening to Heather tell you do your homework. All right. Thank you guys. I'm going to take off and go outside and get some stuff done and have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.